remember one time thinking to myself, the sound of my husband's voice was like nails on a chalkboard. I just want him to be, just don't say anything to me. And he came in my office and he just asked me, I was so irritated, like, babe. I'm like, what? He's like, you want me to get you a sandwich?
When you talk to your therapist, sometimes even talking to them will help you realize that, nah, ain't nothing wrong with me mentally. There's something wrong with me internally. I just have a lot going on with me. So to throw menopause on top of it, I don't think it's fair.
When you said speaking to your therapist, I remember the emotions and the mood swings and irritability. And you and I was talking one day. I'm like, V, I think I need to find me a therapist. And I promise you, ladies, when I found her and started having those sessions, it was literally like, oh my gosh, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Today's episode of MenoTheSis is proudly sponsored by Think Design Studio. Think Design Studio is a strategic revenue design studio dedicated to helping freelancers, entrepreneurs, and business owners build intentional, sustainable income streams. Through their revenue design methodology, they empower clients to move beyond relying on a single source of income and create businesses designed for long-term growth and financial stability. From strategic revenue planning to professional website templates and customization services, Think Design Studio helps entrepreneurs create an online presence that supports their vision and scale their success. To learn more about revenue design and explore their services, visit thinkdesignstudio.com.
MenoTheSis, her heartbeat is the power of the world. MenoTheSis.
Hey girls, hey! I am your host, Dr. LaShonda Bailey.
And I am your co-host, Veronica, McDowell.
And welcome back to MenoTheSis. All right, V, we're going to have a candid conversation tonight.
Okay.
So the title of this episode is it me or is it menopause?
Oh, okay. That's
Yes.
a good question.
So let me ask you something, and I'm going to ask the ladies as well. Have you ever felt like your body was changing and you didn't even recognize yourself anymore, right? So you're asking yourself, is it stress? Is it life? Is it menopause? Or maybe it's not menopause because for a lot of us, we're not even thinking on the realm of menopause.
No.
I was not thinking about menopause. So I'm stressed out. Life is lifing. So I'm just thinking, okay, I'm stressed.
I'm a female.
I got a lot going on. I got a to-do list I'm trying to do. I have wife duties. I got mom duties. I got caregiver daughter duties.
Yep.
So I'm not even thinking about menopause. Some of us were skipping periods and was thinking that it was stress.
Exactly.
So you're not even thinking, okay, something's changing, something's going on,
Yes.
estrogen going down, not thinking that. I'm stressed out.
It's like menopause is Voldemort.
Right? Exactly. Because now I can blame it on everything.
Yes.
Everything that's happening to me right now, the mood swings.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So the mood swings for me was very, very different. It was like something that was a small irritant became a trigger for me. So, for instance, I'm passing my son's bathroom and his bath mat, you know, the mat you put down on the floor and you step out of the shower. The bath mat was on the floor. I spazzed out. Something that small. Yes, it irritates me.
Yes.
Put the mat on the tub. It could dry out. You know, we got that whole mom thing going on. Just, son. But it took me into like a switch turned on and like a little rage moment. And Seriously. So I had to start thinking about it deeper, that why am I being triggered? Even with, I remember I had a conversation with a girlfriend of mine. This was after. So I'm an assertive driver, so is my husband. We drive out of town, we go back and forth home to Miami. We get on the turnpike, we burn the turnpike up. I don't know why lately I have been riddled with anxiety with him driving. Yes, that was new. Cause I'm like, what is happening to me? I'm gonna get on the highway. Let's get there. I was becoming riddled with anxiety while he was driving. Like you going too fast. And then I had a conversation with my girlfriend, and me and her are talking. We have a conversation, and she started saying the same thing. It's like when she's in the passenger side, something about her is heightened. And I don't know what it is. And I noticed that. So it's just little things that you don't think about.
When you sit back, you really think of it. You're like, wait, this is not me.
Correct.
Something else is going on.
Something else is going on. It's like a lot of little things catches you off guard and then causes you to have this emotional wave, right? So tell me about your moment when you were thinking, is it me or is it something else? And you got to the aha that it might have been menopause.
I could tell you 1,000 stories.
We only got time for one tonight, Veronica.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you about my husband.
Okay.
He, we do pretty good. We're really good at communicating, right? And I know sometimes like he's just joking,
right?
And it could be something as simple as he'll say, "Why are you acting like your mother?" So
Dum 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 dum.
that's like I'll be like, "Oh, shut up, you stupid, whatever." But sometimes, and it just be so random, and I have to catch myself. He'll say it, and then I flip out.
Yeah.
You understand? And then I am my mother. So then he'd be like, "See my point?"
Right.
And then I go, and get even more upset. And it takes me a while to come back down from it because I'll sit there and then I start internalizing a lot of different things. And I'm just like, this is not who I am. Why are you talking to me like this? And then he'd be like, oh my God, it's really not that serious. And I'm like, well, I don't say you act like this one. And I don't say, he's like, are we really arguing over this?
Yeah. You'd be like, why would you even say that though?
He said, like, what you trying to say?
Right. Correct.
Really? Oh,
Correct.
so that's what you think this whole time? Oh, what's my favorite line? Oh, that's what you really think about me, but you didn't say that. Secretly, that's how you felt, and you didn't want to tell me nothing.
So Veronica, this sounds like that little rage tap that I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Like a switch just turns on.
Yeah.
And we go down the rabbit hole for like the smallest thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but it's the thing, we don't really think about menopause, period.
Right.
Because why? Why is it even a thing? But we're not even gonna go there with it.
Yeah.
So I'm just really looking at it like an everyday thing. Like I'm just upset. I'm having a bad day. You said what you said, you did what you did. So now I'm just flipping off. But it's so many different things that when you really think about it, and when you listen to different educators and when you talk to your doctors and they explain to you, well, you are in your prime for this particular.
You're at that age.
So you really need to start looking at things like that.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's a really hard realization.
It sounds like irritability too, because I know I get irritable quickly.
Oh.
It doesn't even take much. I remember one time thinking to myself, the sound of my husband's voice was like nails on a chalkboard.
Oh.
Yeah, one day I was just like, I just want him to be, just don't say anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
And he came in my office and he just asked me, I was so irritated, like, babe. And I'm like, what? He was like, you want me to fix you a sandwich?
Sorry. It was being nice.
And that's the thing. You don't even recognize nice.
So basically, menopause, you're blocking some of your blessings.
But it's like, it's like something has
like a switch is turned
Mm.
and you don't even recognize nice because
Yeah.
you're irritable, you have anxiety, you got all these things going on, like just stop moving, stop talking, everything just still because my body is off and is doing something. You know, when you're off, you feel out of sort.
Oh, yeah.
Like you don't feel comfortable when you're
Yep.
off. So
Very
it's
true.
just it triggers everything. And it's like you're mean and hateful and but you don't mean to be, but when you're off, it's like saying, I don't feel good, but I can't tell you what's hurting me. I can't specifically tell you what it is as to why I don't feel good. So it's just to me, little things become big things. And that is the confusing part about your body changing, you having these symptoms and you not know what's going on.
Right.
So what I wanted to do was do a is it menopause or is it me moment so we can break it down a little bit more and I can actually speak to the different hormones and what may be happening in the body, right?
Okay.
So, my little disclaimer, I am not a medical doctor, but as a doctor of health science, through my many hours and hours and decades of research in health science, reading scholarly literature and conversations with medical doctors, healthcare professionals, health educators, just trying to see when I started menopause exactly what is happening to a woman's body and what's specifically happening to my body, right? So the first thing is estrogen. Estrogen is the one main hormone that starts to decline when women get a certain age. Okay. With estrogen, it affects your mood, your skin, your brain function. So when the estrogen drops, that's when you're feeling, possibly you can feel anxious, emotional, forgetful. That's the brain fog that I was speaking of.
Right.
Like I am naturally wired, OCD. I remember persons, places, and things. And when I got to the point where I started, like, wait, what?
What's happening here?
What's happening? What
Right.
what did I come in here for? That's when I know my body started disconnecting and I knew something was going on. So that's where the brain fog can come into play. The next hormone is progesterone. That's your calming hormone. So yes, that's that anxious part of you. Because when your progesterone drops, it's like you're getting irritable. That's the calming. That's your calming mechanism. That's your relaxation. That's your Akuna Matata. Right. That is what you need. So when it drops, you'll feel restless, anxious, unable to sleep. You will have insomnia. So part of when we were talking, you was talking about insomnia, and I told you how I have insomnia.
Yeah.
That's the progesterone that has dropped.
Well,
that
that explains a lot.
Yep. Okay. So next hormone, testosterone. Yes, but a lot of people don't realize women we have testosterone as well. That's why you have to be careful when you are under treatment for testosterone because you'll start having different side effects. It fixes one thing, but then now you got another thing going on, and we're going to get into that. So with testosterone, it supports energy, libido, motivation. So when that drops, that's why we have that low sexual desire decreases. Poor husbands, but mainly poor wives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just, yes, I'm off, but I feel even disconnected for that intimate connection.
That sexy feeling that I want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I want to touch on is the TSH. Now, TSH stands for the thyroid stimulating hormone. That regulates your metabolism. Metabolism is how you burn fat.
Right.
So when you're off, your energy is low. You don't feel like taking the walk. You used to go to the gym. Now you don't have the energy to do that. You don't have the energy to work out. And that drops. So now you're feeling sluggish. Your TSH also regulates your temperature.
Oh.
So it could be
Hot flashes?
hot flashes,
Okay.
night sweats. So that could be a possible trigger as well. That's where that weight gain come in.
because your metabolism is not burning the same. So ladies, that's why it's important to get your blood work done. But what I do know about blood work is your hormones are always going to fluctuate. So you may get blood work done, your hormone levels are one way, you're thinking it's this, then hormones are another level. So it's a rule of thumb that you need to talk to your doctor about how often you want to get tested, when should you get tested. But I heard some valuable information from a gynecologist that I listened to her podcast, her webinar. And she said that if you are experiencing, this is about 30 symptoms of menopause. If you are experiencing at least 2 of them, get checked, go into treatment. Because if 2 symptoms don't make you feel good, seek treatment. Could you imagine 2? I think I've had about 15.
That's a
and
lot.
It's hard on the body
And
and the mind.
Imagine those who actually experience it. Like, how do you live? How do you survive?
How do you live a quality life? Because we are women, we are conditioned to push through it.
Right.
To still get these kids out ready for school, to
Get it
still
done
do
at all
life,
costs.
do our job. But the quality of life, that is the piece that made me say,
we literally kill ourselves sometimes because of how we are naturally wired.
yeah.
You know, and then to turn around and say, okay, well, at some point in your life, you're about to get slapped with A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Damn near the whole alphabet. You know, and it's truthfully, it's not fair. But, you know, as the podcast, the earlier you attack it and prepare yourself for it, the better the outcome.
I agree. The better you'll feel. I feel like I did myself a disservice not asking my mother questions when I saw her going through menopause. And I feel like I did myself a disservice that me and my friend girl did not talk about menopause.
Right.
Until later in our life, where now we're skipping periods and then we're having these symptoms and we're all getting together. I think this is something we should just talk about in our 30s, because then we would have been prepared for it. We would have been asking our moms, Mommy, what did you do? What did you take? How did it make you feel? What were your symptoms? We learn because we are thrown into it. And then it's like survival mode. And I don't think that's the right approach when we're looking at women's health.
No,
we have to change that narrative.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. So I talked a little bit about testosterone. So let me tell you one of the horrid side effects with testosterone.
Okay, well, let me hear.
Well, with menopause in itself.
Okay.
It's the facial hair, right?
Oh.
Yes. So I had that. I had the little whiskers coming back, and so when you are talking about testosterone, you are talking about a hormone that men have. So we have a balance. We have estrogen and testosterone. They only have that one. So I am thinking to myself, when I spoke to my doctor about treatment, one of the things I asked her about, yes, how is this going to help me? Is it going to help me get my libido back? Am I going to get my groove back? That's all fine and good. But I do not want to get my groove back and have a 5 o'clock shower. So you have to really, when you're going through hormone replacement therapy or any type of therapy, you need to make sure you really follow up with your doctor so they can adjust your treatment plan if they need to, up it. If it's too much, then they can adjust it, because there are side effects to this thing. And you want to make sure, even with side effects, that you stay on top of it.
Right.
Because I would hate to get my groove back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am desperately paying for my femininity, right? So I'm sexy, I'm bad. Wait a minute, let me go shave my goatee. I don't think so. No. So it's just, that's another part that's frustrating. And I can see why women wouldn't want to seek treatment, because it's like, okay, here we go with something else. So I seek treatment and now I have a side effect from this. So I'm just saying, ladies, be encouraged, but make sure you follow up with your doctor, even when you're in treatment, because you don't want a side effect to happen, or you don't want something to happen and now it becomes
more of a bigger problem than what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So now the quality of life that you're trying to get back is pushed away even further. You know what I mean? Exactly. And mental health is a huge factor in this. So, on the last episode, I know we had an aha moment when we were talking about mental health. I told you what I dealt with the depression, with menopause and not being motivated to get out of bed. When you talked about your bipolar disorder diagnosis, when you were saying, okay, is it menopause or is it me? How do you have a handle on if it's your mental health diagnosis or if it's just a symptom going on, because you too had a hysterectomy as well. So it's like it's a lot for you to balance and even to educate yourself.
So the truth is, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because you really don't know. And I think the main thing is what is going on in your life in this very moment that would have you feeling like this. If there are no issues, not like, let's say house is good, work is good, social life is good, why are you bugging out? Why are you depressed? Why are you sad? What is really going on? So I think that would be the biggest tell to figure it out. And then since I have bipolar, I stay with a therapist. Since I've been diagnosed, I've always had a therapist. Sometimes I take a little breaks, and it's more of like a scheduling type of thing because I pretty much keep myself very busy.
Yeah.
So when I can fit it in, I fit it in. And when you talk to your therapist, sometimes even talking to them will help you realize that, nah, ain't nothing wrong with me mentally. There's something wrong with me internally. And I just gotta work on figuring that out, or whatever treatment would work best for me, despite everything else that I have going on. Which, while we're talking about that, that's actually one of my biggest, I'm afraid of.
What?
I have so many little issues. And no, they're not little. I just have a lot going on with me medically, right? So to throw menopause on top of it, I kind of feel like personally I'm being punished.
What do you mean?
No, listen.
Yes.
It's because I don't think it's fair. I really don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair that, and this is from the webinar that we recently watched,
right? And
listening to some of the things that was said and putting two and two together, I'm like, wow, what if I'm really tackling this the wrong way? Okay, I have rheumatoid arthritis.
Right.
I am in pain. I have chronic pain syndrome. I am in pain 24/7. It's just period. I'm in pain right now.
Right.
But I have a high tolerance because I've been dealing with it for so many years. So I just, like women, we push through. But now to hear that joint pain, okay, is one of the primary symptoms.
Absolutely.
And I've never even looked at it because I've done surgery. I've taken medication. I've done injections. At this point, I think I've done a lot.
Right.
Anything the doctor told me at this point, I'd be like, if you want help with the pain, come on, bring it on. But really? Am I going about this the wrong way? Should I be taking a deeper look into the fact that I am female? I am 42 years old, and menopause is real.
And
I had a hysterectomy,
female.
Black female at that.
Yeah.
We have our own things that we have to deal with because of the melanin in our skin.
Correct.
So I just think it's not fair. I understand it's here, so I have to deal with it. So it's definitely opened my eyes. And I know there's some appointments I need to make, some conversations that need to be had so that I can really pinpoint what's going on, because maybe the solution to the chronic pain could be some form of hormone therapy.
You made two interesting points that I want to dive deeper into. So one of them, you mentioned rheumatoid arthritis. I will tell you, Monday, when I got out of bed, I felt like I was the Tin Man. My
joints were hurting so bad that I had to get the big gun Tylenol. I had to get the 800s. And then I had to follow it up a couple of hours later with the Tylenol. And then that night I had to sleep on the heating pad. So when you say that, I'm thinking to myself, my mother is in a wheelchair. She has osteoarthritis really bad. Her knees are bone on bone. And at this point, there is no surgery because she's 80 years old. Right? So genetically, I do have early signs of arthritis in my body. I know it already. I've had multiple MRIs, CAT scans. I can feel it. I know it. But even going through that, knowing genetically, I have this. I see my mom in the wheelchair, so I try at most to keep my body in motion and not idle for a very long time. But when you mention that, and I'm saying to myself automatically, like, oh, I have arthritis in my body. I heard. So when I started to have the menopause symptoms, that's what took me longer to get to menopause because I was like, arthritis already in my body. I already have when my hands cramp up. I crochet. I fell in 2019. That's when I got MRIs and CAT scans, so I knew it was in my knees. So I'm just saying to myself, when you have something primary going on, like you're saying with your diagnosis, you don't think that it might be menopause going on with you because menopause mirrors a lot of other diagnoses and illnesses. So that's like an aha moment for a lot of women who are battling multiple things and is so focused on these main things that's really attacking their quality of life. They don't even think about these hot flashes that's coming, these night sweats that's coming, this restless leg syndrome that's coming, the brain fog.
Yep.
And when you say punishment, it feels I can feel that it feels like a level of punishment.
It does.
Yeah, I understand that part. And then the second thing you said when you said speaking to your therapist, I have had grief therapy quite a few times in my life. You know my story. There's been a lot of death in my immediate family. Half my family has passed away. So going to grief counseling and having grief therapy, I gotta have somebody on speed dial because grief shows up many different ways, right? But never really thought about therapy outside of the grief. Never thought about therapy because medically, emotionally, menopause gonna do a number on me, my body, mind, soul, spirit. And then I remember it got to a point when I first started with the emotions and the mood swings and irritability. And you and I was talking one day. I'm like, V, I think I need to find me a therapist. Yes, I need her to help me with the grief that comes back and forth. So I just need to combine it. So I need to talk to her when I'm triggered with the grief, but I also need to talk to her about these women issues. The I don't feel good in my body. I got all this stuff going on. And I promise you, ladies, when I found her and started having those sessions, and it was literally like, oh my gosh, I'm not crazy. And she's going through it. So she's near the same age as I am. She's going through it. So we are able to talk. We are able to relate. And she's a faith-based person. Okay, so we're able to speak on that level as well, as far as, us being Christian women, believing in God, believing in our faith. So it kind of makes you feel like you have a partner in this.
Yes.
That you can talk to. Exactly. Because you could talk to so many girlfriends, but to have that clinical base to help you, to have that clinician that can help you to pinpoint things, like this is her job. And I find that it might not be a bad thing just to have someone to talk to about what you're going through with menopause or with your health in itself as a woman.
That's right.
I think that would be powerful.
It would.
I think that's very empowering for women to do that. Just, I'm checking in, I'm feeling this way, I'm not feeling that way. I mean, and if she can offer some type of treatment to help you sleep at night or to help you, why not open your mind?
Yeah.
And that's an option for me. Because the suffering part as women, I don't want to suffer no more.
No.
Like,
You shouldn't have
why are
to,
we
though.
suffering?
You don't have. You shouldn't have to.
Yeah, I think that was interesting that you said that, and I think for us ladies, the suffering part is over. We are not, we are put on this earth on the second half of our life, from what we have gone through, from puberty, childbirth, and all the things, to have a
Yes.
quality of life when we get this big 80.
Okay. Okay.
That's just my 2 cents.
I'm
I'm
just saying,
sorry.
you work hard.
You
You
exactly.
gotta
Exactly, exactly. And I want to be able to enjoy it with my partner. I want to be grown, a grown couple. You know, your kids are grown. I want to enjoy that part of my life. I don't want to be a raging crazy woman, because that's what they call women when we are like emotionally unbalanced and angry and look. Sometimes we have a right to be.
No, you right.
Sometimes we have a
Listen,
right to be.
we all do. We all do.
But
But we don't have to be
no,
all the time.
we don't. I want to be in my soft girl era, and I want my symptoms to be soft too.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, and I think this is something that we need to talk about,
Yes,
ladies. Let's talk about going to the doctor. Because I think one of the things is
What to ask?
what to ask,
Yes.
what how to bring that conversation up.
Mhm.
Sometimes we just take the doctor's word for it. Like,
Yep.
you're getting older. Every woman going through that. No,
No.
no, no,
No.
no, no, no. Sometimes your symptoms are specific for you. And even if somebody else is going through it, another woman, I am here right now in the room with you. I have paid my copay. I need your undivided attention. I need you to tell me about my symptoms, not
That's
about
right.
other women. So I think if we could, let's just do a little dialogue. You're the doctor,
Okay.
and I am going to ask you a couple of questions, and you respond to me. So, ladies, we're going to go
Okay.
into the doctor. Hello, Dr. V. How are you today, girl? I am not doing so well. I am feeling off. I'm not myself, and I know something is going on. So, I've noticed a change in my energy and my mood. What could be happening?
Well, let's dive a little bit deeper into that. Be specific.
Okay.
What changes?
Changes in my libido is low.
Okay.
I don't have as much energy. I notice I'm very irritable and moody
Okay.
lately. Sometimes I'm just thinking that, I mean, sun, moon, stars now lining up with each other. So I'm just sad. People get sad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, most of the symptoms that you have expressed
Hmm.
sounds like menopause.
We can dive a little bit deeper into that as far as to some blood work
Okay.
first. Once we run those tests, we're going to check your hormone levels.
I was going to ask
See.
about the hormones.
And then we'll be able to speak more about it once
Okay.
we have those results to see exactly what's going on.
So you're saying menopause. I have heard that, menopause is just a thing that happens to you in life. Is there like a serious treatment that I can go on that may relieve me from these symptoms, perhaps? And I started feeling better?
It's a possibility, but
Okay.
everyone's situation is completely different. So, and unique to them.
Right.
So we will need to figure out exactly, where your levels are, because you can try hormone replacement therapy.
Okay.
There are some holistic ways that you can go ahead and get treated as well.
Yeah.
It depends on what your preference is. But then we also need to take a look at exactly what your other issues that's going on with you, so that we don't want nothing to conflict with each other.
Gotcha.
And I think that's the best approach for it. I can't say that I can help you right here today. What I can say is that we can start with education.
Right.
I can refer you to a few resources for you to look into. And then once we have your blood work, Once we look at everything else and all the different tests that we would need you to take, then we can dive, look line by line and see, all right, LaShonda, this is what may possibly work for you. And if that doesn't work initially, we can try something else.
I like you, Dr. V.
Well, you know.
I like you, Dr. Vic. I like you. That is how comfortable you should be talking to your doctor. Exactly, because some of us get like, okay, this is a doctor, and then sometimes you don't even want to be that transparent with your doctor.
Like, be transparent.
How long I talk to my doctor about sex? Really? And the fact is that you should be very comfortable speaking to your doctor the same way we are talking to each other.
Yes.
So I think that is in itself just finding that comfortable median, having those starter questions where you can start the dialogue and then your doctor can run with it. I think that is the best way. That's powerful.
Mm-hmm. But keep in mind, if your doctor, now you're trying to have the conversation and your doctor's being dismissive even in the slightest way. Mm-hmm. Okay, and when I'm saying so slight, it takes you a minute to even catch it. That's not the doctor for you.
Yeah.
Because going through menopause, while your body is changing, you need someone that actually cares and is going to take the time and attention to help you figure out this next chapter of life.
Yeah.
And if your doctor is not doing that for you after you're spending your money and take the time out of your day to see them, you gotta move on. Do some research. Speak to other women. See who they see. You know, especially if you have older women in your life that could possibly already started the menopause process, already passed the menopause process. Now, I mean, let me not say process, phase of life.
Yeah.
Okay, because technically we're gonna go through it forever.
Ladies, listen to Dr. V. Listen to Dr. V. Listen to your body most of all.
Yes.
We are going to continue this conversation. We need you here to chime in. And this is what we need as far as educating women. You have to be an advocate for yourself. All the resources that we have, all the conversations that we're having, we're going to bring right here in this safe space because that's what MenoTheSis is for. So thank you, ladies, for joining us, for listening to us loving on you, you loving on us, because that's how you empower women, right? So, hey, girls, hey.
MenoTheSis.
If today's episode spoke to you, encouraged you, or helped you feel a little less alone, we invite you to subscribe, follow, and share MenoTheSis with other women who may need this conversation. And don't forget to leave us a review because every review helps us continue building this movement and reaching more women around the world.
And make sure you stay connected with us on all social media at MenoTheSis and Beating Heart Health for Women. Remember, ladies, your pause is powerful.
We'll see you next time on MenoTheSis.